Hey everyone, my name's Jessie, and this review is about Dylan Miller. Oh my gosh. Okay, so backstory a little bit about me. I'm skeptical about everything. And so if I'm considering purchasing something, if I'm considering investing in an education method or someone that I'm learning from, I go to YouTube, I go to Google, I go to social media, I go to like these obscure websites that review all these different courses because I want the legit information. I want to know if this stuff is real. I want to know if it's just copy and paste from other people's courses, because I'll be honest, I've invested in a lot of things in my business that did not end up working. And I'm not blaming the course creator entirely. Obviously, I'm sure I had a part to play in that, but they were full of basic information that I could have Googled. There was no support. There was really nothing beyond just a few videos. And so if you're like me, which you probably are because you're watching this video and you're almost a minute in of me rambling on, you're probably curious about Dylan Miller and his YouTube cash cow methodology. So I first found Dylan when he came up in a social media ad on Instagram, and my first thought was like, okay, who's this kid? Like, curly blonde hair, what is he talking about? What's going on? And then my second thought was, YouTube? Like, I know it's the social media platform that you can generate ad revenue directly from. You know, you don't get paid for your Instagram posts or your Facebook posts or anything like that. So I was like, okay. But what I had seen of YouTube was a lot of influencers and what looked like a lot of time, a lot of time to make these videos. And you had to make so many videos in order to get any sort of return on your time investment from being a YouTube content creator. So I went into his free training. I went into learning from him, kind of skeptical about the methodology, but he has a free training and a free challenge. I think the challenge is like $5 if you get all the bonuses. It's super affordable. But it walks you through his process, and he gives you templates, and he gives you scripts, and he gives you checklists, and he gives you all of these different ideas for how to make this methodology successful. And so what I learned from going through that program completely reshaped the way that I think about YouTube. Again, I thought of it as this very much influencer heavy platform, as something that you have to spend a ton of time on, that your face has to be in front of, and therefore you're building a brand on a business, right? Because if you are attached to it, the business does not run without you being there. And so if you want to take a vacation, if you want to take a week off, and go somewhere, go travel, go spend time with your family, your YouTube channel, if you're that kind of influencer type brand that I thought YouTube was, then you're kind of stuck. Like, unless you have videos pre-made, which means you're working a bunch beforehand, like, you can't step away from the business, is what I'm trying to say. But what Dylan teaches you is a way to capitalize on YouTube, on that ad revenue that's generated, in a way that doesn't make you tied to the business, right? Because as someone who is business-minded, as I'm sure that you are as well, you don't want to be stuck in a business where you have to be there, right? That's not time freedom. I think the last I checked Dylan on Instagram, he has a post pinned at the top that says something along the lines of, if you don't figure out how to make money while you're sleeping, you're going to work until you die. And that's true. I mean, that's what most people do, is they get a job and they work 40 hours a week. And there's nothing wrong with having a job, obviously. But they spend all that time and then they retire. And then at that point, maybe they have health problems that they're not able to do the things that they wanted to do. Like, it just kind of seems backwards to me. And I feel like if you're entrepreneurial minded, you have kind of that similar frame of mind where you want that lifestyle now. We're a little bit instant gratification people, but you want that opportunity to create a future where you don't have to go in 9 to 5. You can have that time freedom. You can have that flexibility. And what Dylan teaches in his programs about how to capitalize on YouTube, how to make cash cow channels, as he calls them, really teaches you how to do that so you're not tied to the business. It was, without giving away kind of all of his little secrets, it was ridiculously simple. The methodology that he teaches, but not so simple that it's just something you could go read a blog post on and then be like, whoop, good to go. There are these lots of little nuances that make or break the success with his methodology. And by being a part of his program, by being a part of his community, you're able to learn those. And so instead of going in kind of blind, you read a blog post or two and you're just kind of winging it, you can go in with actual tactics that he has used on dozens of channels of his and his students to really create that success. And he has the shiny trophies to prove it as well. So if you're at all considering it, I would definitely recommend checking out the description below, taking the free class, taking the free challenge, maybe looking into the paid program. It is super affordable, you guys, like incredibly affordable. But just take a look and see if it's of interest to you. Because I have a feeling that if you get in there and you start listening to him and you start learning from him, there's going to be a little light bulb that goes off in your brain. And there's going to be something that's like, I wonder if this would work for me. What if I could do this? And if you would all have that what if I wonder moment, give it a shot, see what happens. And I really think that if you do want to capitalize on YouTube, Dylan is the best place to do so. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, check it out, check the description below, join the challenge, join the free course, and see what you think and if you think it'll work for you. Thanks, guys.